6 fish older adults should absolutely avoid. Have you ever sat down to a warm plate of fish, maybe grilled to perfection, seasoned with a hint of lemon and herbs, and thought, anyway, on a freaking this has to be healthy? What's right? It's fish. After all, everyone says fish is good for you. And most of the time, that's true. Shortcon, fish is lean, packed with protein, and those omega-3s are great for your heart and brain, especially as you age. But what if I told you some of the most popular fish out there, the ones we think are keeping us healthy, might actually be doing more harm than good? What if I said certain fish could quietly damage your memory, nervous system, or even your heart, and you wouldn't know until it's too late? Here's the kicker. Most people have no idea. As we age, our bodies don't filter toxins as well. Our immune system slows down, and organs like the liver and kidneys work harder. That's natural. But it also means older adults are more vulnerable to toxins like mercury, heavy metals, and chemical residues hiding in some fish. These fish look healthy, are sold as premium, and were once recommended by doctors without hesitation. Not anymore. Maybe you don't eat these fish daily, just occasionally at a family barbecue, a church potluck, or a weekly dinner out. But those moments add up, especially when your body is more sensitive. I'm not here to scare you, but to warn you, if you're over 60 or caring for someone who is, this information could protect your long-term health. Today, I'll walk you through 6 fish older adults should never eat, based on health research, real-life stories, and what nutritionists quietly urge seniors to avoid. Some might be in your fridge right now. Others are on menus coast to coast. And number 4, it'll shock you most. By the end, you'll know exactly what to avoid, why, and safer. Plus smarter alternatives that are just as tasty and better for your health. Before we dive in, a quick question. If you're here because you care about your health or a loved one's, drop a comment below saying, I'm here. It shows this message is reaching the right people. Also, subscribe to Vitality Over 60 if you haven't already. We share life-changing tips daily to help older adults live longer, feel stronger, and stay informed. Ready? Let's dive into the 6 fish to watch out for. Starting with one praised for its flavor, but secretly dangerous for aging bodies. King mackerel. Picture this. Your grandpa, the family grill master, flipping thick, juicy king mackerel fillets every Sunday. He swears it's good for his heart and brain. And fish can be when it's the right kind. But over time, you notice changes. He's more tired, forgets names or appointments, and his hands tremble holding his morning coffee. You chalk it up to aging. But what if it's not? What if the fish he thought was healthy is slowly harming him? Here's the deal. King mackerel is one of the worst for mercury levels. Mercury, a heavy metal, is less of a problem when you're young and your body's resilient. But as we age, our ability to flush toxins like mercury slows down. It builds up quietly, affecting how you think, feel, and move. For seniors, too much mercury doesn't just mean forgetfulness. It can cause serious cognitive decline, nerve damage, loss of coordination, and even heart stress. Here's where people get confused. They mix up king mackerel with Atlantic mackerel. They sound similar but are very different. Atlantic mackerel is safer, lower in mercury, and nutrient-rich, a great choice for older adults. King mackerel, though, it's a health trap in disguise, and no one's waving a red flag. If it's in your freezer or on your go-to list at the seafood counter, it's time to rethink. You don't have to give up fish entirely. Instead of king mackerel, try wild-caught salmon or sardines. Both are rich in omega-3s, low in mercury, and great for brain and heart health. They're not just safer, they're smarter for long-term wellness. At this stage of life, food isn't just about taste, it's about protecting your future. One meal at a time. Mercury isn't the only danger in seafood. Though, some fish pose a different threat, quietly weakening your immune system when you need it most. Let's talk about the second fish to avoid. Tilefish. Tilefish is sneaky. You might not even know you're eating it. Imagine dining at a nice restaurant, maybe for a birthday or anniversary. You see white fish or catch of the day on the menu. Sounds harmless. Right. Light flaky, maybe grilled with lemon butter. You think, it's seafood. It's got to be good for me. But that fish could be tilefish, especially from the Gulf of Mexico. And it has some of the highest mercury levels out there, higher than king mackerel. For older adults, that's a big concern. Mercury messes with neurological health, your brain, balance, memory, and mood. Over time, it can cause numbness, confusion, memory loss, and even dementia-like symptoms. Worse, tilefish often appears as a premium option, with a higher price and fancy presentation. But expensive doesn't mean healthy here. It's the opposite. Here's a simple rule when eating out. Always ask what kind of white fish is being served. Don't be shy. You deserve to know what's on your plate. If it's tilefish, politely pass. Ask for safer options like cod or haddock, which are mild, easy to digest, and much lower in mercury. Your brain and body will thank you. At this age, it's not just about filling up. It's about staying sharp and strong. Now, let's talk about a fish that sounds elegant, even luxurious, but hides risks older adults shouldn't take. Swordfish. Swordfish has a certain image, doesn't it? You don't see it at everyday meals. It shows up at fancy dinners, maybe on a cruise or at a special restaurant. It's not uncommon for an older parent or grandparent to say, "I'll treat myself to the swordfish." It sounds rich, flavorful, special, a healthy indulgence. But that treat could quietly harm their health. Swordfish, one of the longest living predatory fish, absorbs mercury and toxins from the food chain for years. By the time it hits your plate, that fillet can be loaded with mercury. In older adults with slower metabolisms, mercury lingers in the kidneys, nervous system, and brain, raising risks of nerve damage, memory issues, tremors, and cognitive decline. If you or a loved one has kidney issues, high blood pressure, or neurological problems, swordfish could nudge things in the wrong direction. Many assume grilling it thoroughly removes harmful stuff. Sadly, mercury doesn't work that way. You can't cook it out or season it away. So, what's the alternative? If you love a hearty fish, try rainbow trout or pollock. Both are mild, flaky, easy to prepare, low in mercury, and full of healthy fats. It's about smart swaps, trading risky for nourishing. At this stage, food is about protection, not just enjoyment. Speaking of risks, the next fish is on every sushi menu, seafood platter, and upscale buffet. It's a sleek masorantum. Popular, a seafood lover's favorite. But for older adults, it's just as dangerous as the last three, if not more. Tuna, Bigeye tuna. This one might surprise you. Sushi nights aren't just for the young anymore. You've probably seen older friends, parents, or even yourself enjoying a fresh sushi platter. It feels social, modern, even healthy. And there, front and center, is that deep red slice of ahi tuna, but ahi tuna, also called Bigeye tuna, isn't doing your body any favors. For older adults, it poses serious health risks. Bigeye tuna lives long and swims deep, high in the food chain, accumulating mercury at higher levels than many fish. But unlike swordfish, it's often eaten raw, which adds another issue. Bacteria. When you're young, your immune system can handle occasional bacteria in raw fish. As we age, our immune system weakens. A low-grade bacterial infection from raw tuna can hit harder, last longer, and be far more dangerous. Think salmonella, listeria, or parasites your body can't fight off like it used to. Combine mercury with bacterial risks, and it's a double whammy for an aging body. People often think all tuna is the same. You see tuna on a label and assume it's safe. But Bigeye and albacore tuna are high in mercury, found in fancy sushi rolls or seared steaks. Skipjack tuna, often labeled light tuna in cans, is much safer, lower in mercury, affordable, and easier to portion. My advice, if you love tuna, choose canned light tuna, limit to 2 servings a week for seniors, and opt for cooked over raw when possible. It's a small change with a big impact. Now it was shit for. Let's shift gears. The next fish isn't just a grocery store staple. It's wildly popular worldwide. But many don't realize it's often farmed in questionable, even toxic conditions. A red flag for seniors. Farmed sirloin, farmed salmon. You've seen it at the store. A neatly wrapped salmon fillet, vibrant pink, priced low. Euro, Q19. You think, what a steel salmon's healthy, right? 1-to-1 knee. But not all salmon is equal. Farmed salmon, Surasinimaramon, especially from countries with loose regulations like Chile or parts of Southeast Asia, can carry more than protein in omega-3s. These fish are raised in crowded underwater pens, fed pellets from low-grade ingredients, creating a breeding ground for disease and parasites. To prevent outbreaks, they're given antibiotics and sometimes chemical colorants to make the flesh pink without it. It'd be gray. Worse, their feed is often contaminated with PCBs, polychlorinated biphenyls, and dioxins, toxic chemicals linked to cancer, hormone disruption, and immune system damage. For an elderly body, already more sensitive, these can trigger inflammation, worsen arthritis, and stress the heart. Yet, people hear omega-3s and assume all salmon is good. Farmed salmon, eaten regularly, can do more harm than good. The solution: look for wild-caught Alaskan salmon. It's cleaner, leaner, and higher in natural omega-3s from pristine waters, avoiding many farming risks. It's pricier, but for your health or a loved one's, it's worth it. Finally, a fish that may stir emotions. For many seniors, it's not just food, it's comfort, a taste of the past, a reminder of home. But today, even comfort food comes with warnings. Imported catfish. Picture your grandpa in the kitchen, frying crispy catfish. A weekend tradition. The smell alone brings back memories of childhood and togetherness. But if that catfish is imported, especially from parts of Asia, it could put him at risk. These fish are often raised in unregulated farms with poor sanitation and questionable practices, using antibiotics and chemicals to control disease. Many of these antibiotics are banned in the EU. For causing antibiotic resistance and long-term health issues. For seniors with weaker immune systems, eating this catfish risks exposure to drug-resistant bacteria their bodies can't handle. What might cause mild stomach upset in a younger person could lead to serious illness or hospitalization in someone over 65. People choose it because it's cheap and easy to find, but that low price has a hidden cost. The safer choice, stick to you, farmed catfish. American standards are stricter, with better water quality, regulated feed, and limited antibiotics. Always cook it thoroughly well done. Catfish reduces bacteria risks, especially for those with slower digestion or chronic illnesses. Comfort food should bring comfort, not danger. Let's pause and reflect. We've covered mercury, toxins, and hidden dangers in common fish. But at its core, this is about protecting quality of life. One meal at a time, watching a loved one make choices that slowly harm their health without knowing is tough. Maybe it's your mom thinking she's eating healthy with salmon, or your grandpa enjoying his Friday fried fish. They're trying to do right, but small choices could push their health the wrong way. You see them tire more, forget things, or get sick often. You wonder if it's just age, but sometimes it's what's on their plate. That's hard, because these are the people who raised us. Now, in their later years, they need us most. But here's the good news. This moment is where change starts. It's not about fear or guilt, it's about power. Your power, you now know what to look for, which choices carry risk, and which bring relief. This knowledge lets you gently guide your parents to better options. Help your spouse shop smarter, or check a menu before ordering, not out of fear, but love. Love. In later years, looks like checking a label, asking, "Where's this fish from?" or saying, "Let's try something new." You don't have to give up fish or your favorites, just be intentional. Choose wild-caught, low-mercury fish that support your body, not break it down. Small changes can mean years of clearer thinking, stronger bones, healthier hearts, and better sleep. Isn't that what we want for ourselves and those we love? Start today. Check your fridge tonight. Red labels. Take one small step, maybe swap Bigeye tuna for candlelight, or farmed salmon for wild caught, or just talk at dinner about smarter choices together. Change begins with careful, loving steps. No matter your age or health history, you're in control. Your health is still within reach. Better choices. Better days, they're possible now. Caring for yourself or a loved one isn't just about doctors, it's about what you eat, know, and do daily. These small things make the biggest difference. Quick recap. 6 fish older adults should think twice about. Different from restaurant, green, king mackerel. Sounds healthy, but loaded with mercury. West, tilefish. Hidden in restaurant dishes, quietly harming the brain. Freyer stum, swordfish or westmont. Elegant outside, dangerous inside. Water. Tuna Bigeye, a sushi favorite. Risky for aging immune systems. C. Farmed salmon. Not the fish itself, but how it's raised. Canadi Shersenin. Imported catfish. Oh, it's not cheap, but carries hidden baggage. Nasadimin Mestas Soranadras. Each seems innocent, even healthy at first glance, but they pose unique risks to aging bodies, from mercury buildup to inflammation to dangerous bacteria. When your immune system is slower and organs are sensitive, these risks matter. I'd love to hear from you. Have you or a loved one eaten these fish regularly without knowing the risks? Was one a weekly staple? Like in my home for years. Share in the comments. I read everyone and want to hear your stories, questions, or favorite safer alternatives. Let's learn together. Grow together. This isn't just an article, it's a community. If this helped even a little, give it a thumbs up to reach others who need it. Subscribe to Vitality Over 60 for daily practical advice on aging well, staying informed, and caring for yourself and loved ones with wisdom. From nutrition to mental health to small choices that make a big difference, we cover it all. Thank you for caring, for being curious, for choosing knowledge over fear. You're why this matters. Every smart choice today leads to a better tomorrow for you and those you love. Stay wise, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next article. From all of us at Vitality Over 60, take care and be well.